Hello everybody and welcome back for more Let's Play Donkey Kong Country 2. We just got done with gameplay Galleon, so now we're going to be going to the second world, Crocodile Cauldron, and starting with Hothead Hop. So each of the levels, as you'll probably find out soon enough as soon as you enter them, they each have their own gimmicks. Well, for the most part they do. I'm not sure if I'll probably apply to all of them though, but a lot of them does have their own kind of gimmicks here. Like this one, for instance, where you see those crockheads here. That's actually what they're called. They're crockheads. With a K at the beginning, because all Kremlings have to have a K in the beginning here. They use these platforms on top of the lava. I don't know how they're able to survive on boiling lava, because it's a death view going in there, unless maybe they have, like, you know, some great genetic coding or something like that. The thing about it is, though, is that the reed crockheads, they serve as just, you know, the basic platforms that you can stand on. The brown ones, on the other hand, they actually shoot you upwards here. They're kind of like they're basically like trampolines. Now, I almost kind of missed that chest there, because that actually contains a cannonball, so we're going to need to go inside that cannon for this bonus room here. In this case, collecting the stars, but good thing I was able to come across the clobber that was there. And yeah, I know, there was so many enemies I skipped over I didn't even go over either. But I might as well go ahead and just go over them now, since we did see some. So those barrel Kremlings that you saw there, those are the clobbers. They look like ordinary barrels at first, but as soon as you get close to them, then they start to pop out and then they charge at you. They can't really hurt you though, but they simply just knock you over. Oh yes, this here is probably without a doubt one of the best animal buddies that ever in this game here. This here is Squitter the Spider. Squitter, he has actually two things here. He can shoot out spider webs to use as projectiles, and he also create platforms too. So like basically, you know, if you press the Y button to shoot out the webs as projectiles, and then you press the A button, then you'll be able to create the platform. So just press A to shoot one out first, and then press A again to create said platform on whichever spot you want to go on. And very much you know, as what's ironic for your average spider, I believe he can even kill the zingers too. And yeah, the zingers are back in this game as well. They have a bit of a slight redesign to them, as you probably may have just noticed here. But yeah, that's actually what the thing is. And so you actually be able to create the platforms just by shooting out those webs to reach some some good height, especially with that bonus barrel right here. So yeah, Squitter is awesome. Well, of course, you know, right next to Rambi, because, you know, Rambi is just as badass as ever, but Squitter is such a great animal buddy, and so, you know, that's actually one thing I'm just very glad that was introduced. And, you know, it's so weird that it's actually, you know, still being able to ride on top of a spider, well, tarantula for that matter. But yeah, that's one great thing about it, just, you know, just to make some good height for what it is here. And yeah, I know, didn't get all the Kong letters, and it kind of looks like it's spelled King or King, like probably just said King here. These guys right here, they may seem like claptraps, but they're actually not. They're called clamp-ons, but they're actually supposed to be the big brothers of the claptraps. They function the same. I mean, they're a little slower. Well, I guess because of the big heads or stuff like that, but yeah, they mostly function the same, though. I mean, a lot of people just mistake them for regular claptraps, but no, they're different. They're just, you know, they're related, but, you know, they're just, they just have a different name. What else? What other Kremlings did I not go over? There's also the Kremlings with the peg legs. We actually did see them in Gameplay Galleon. They're called Clomps. They're supposed to be like the replacement of regular critters. You know, just the basic ones that we did see in the first game. And then the ones that actually cling onto the ropes, they're the clingers. Yeah, that's what they are, clingers. And let's see, bouncing ones, they're called the kaboings. So yeah, any scene of those bouncing, then, you know, that's what they're called. So anyway, so now we just got the next Swanky's bonus, or Swanky's game show is what it is. Well, I'm trying to think of the name. I forgot what it is here, but, you know. Honestly, though, how is he actually hosting a game show right on top of boiling lava? That makes absolutely no sense. Like, you know, could have just already just burned up. Oh, as a matter of fact, why are all the buildings, like, you know, the landmarks, so what are they all doing inside a volcano? Or at least, you know, inside some caves filled with lava? Like, they would have already just been either just burned to a crisp, or, you know, just melted off from the heat of lava, or just lava itself. So, more logic. Yeah, I know I'm using up all the banana coins I got, but, you know, I want to be able to score all those lives and just at least show off all the all those quiz questions that Swanky's going to give to us. All right, so this next one, level 2, and then next round. What's the name of Diddy's ponytail girlfriend? Stixie. Trixie. Oh god, that would have been so hilarious and awkward as shit. There's like another one named Trixie. That, you know, apparently Dixie and Trixie have some bad blood between each other. All right, so there's our next level right here. But first, I want to show this right here. This here is Clubba's kiosk, and so we have a new character right here. His name's Clubba. This fine gentleman or gentle croc right here. He actually runs a little toll right here where you have to. This is actually where the crime coins come into play. You need to collect 15 crime coins to be able to pay his toll, and then he'll take it to this one mysterious world called the Lost World. Unfortunately, though, as you can see here, we are just one crime coin short, so I guess, let's find it. Bring it on, bitch! Oh, okay, then, well, that was just a waste of effort. So, yeah, you just need 15 crime coins to be able to pass him by, like, you know, there's actually the option to fight him, but you never do, so he just knocks you over with his giant club. So, we're just going to go over to the next level. Oh, yeah, also the red enemies I didn't go over, they're called Neeks. Yeah, just what they are. I mean, maybe that's just what they cry. I mean, or what their cry sounds like. I mean, it kind of sounds like, you know, neek. Neek. Anyway, so, yeah, next one here. So, yeah, so we're going to have to go back over. What am I going to do? Oh, yeah, by the way, folks, this is actually one of those instances where you see the DK emblem within the bonus room. So yeah, you want to keep in mind for that one here if you're wondering where that DK emblem is. Assuming that you want to go after them, but, you know, in the case of this playthrough, you know, since it's a full playthrough and a completion run, then, yes, I am going to be going after the DK emblems. Plus all the bonus rooms too. So, oh yeah, okay. So back to what I was saying about Clubba's kiosk. So, so basically what it is, well, actually maybe I should just go ahead and save it when we actually go pay him the 15 crime coins, and just to see what Lost World is. So, anyway, next level here, Cannons Claims what it is here. So we also got some new enemies with those giant cannons. They're called cannons. Yeah, I mean I was talking about cannons. That's what they are. Just, you know, just called cannons here. But, you know, they just shoot at these cannonballs, and they can actually have them, like, spontaneously, so, you want to make sure that's a time of right, and then, and just, like, get the jump on them. And also, lastly, those dragonfly enemies, those are the flitters, is what they are, and there's also the beetle enemies that are called, click-clacks. Flitters, well, they just, well, they can't be stationary, though, very much like the zingers, except that one's just buzz around, but, you just get the jump on them, too, or just use them as platforms, so... Anyway, so the whole gimmick for this level here is that, yeah, these other barrel cannons here, they have these arrows that point upwards, though. Now, it may seem like I'm actually just constantly pressing the B button, or probably the A button for that matter, whichever button there is, though. But I'm actually not. I'm not pressing any button. They're actually automated, so that's why, you know, you just see both Diddy and DKC2 actually just constantly blast upwards, though. So once you blast up, then you want to make sure to control it just right, though, because sometimes it can be a little off-putting with having to just control over, and you know, it kind of feels like you're kind of losing control a bit here. So you want to try to just make sure you you push on the control pad, like as soon as you actually start blasting over, because like you could feel a little disoriented, especially like, you know, it just feels like you're kind of just going out of control, and that's a lot of trouble I had. In fact, those kind of barrel cannons that did give me a lot of shit. Yeah, see, like that there, because like, you know, I was trying to aim for that other barrel cannon, but I just kind of like, you know, just went off the ways here. So so yeah, that's what you want to be careful for. So, alright, there we go. So yeah, that didn't take long. So yeah, we now have enough of the crime coins to be able to cross the toll bridge. So anyway, and yeah, more of these neckies here with those pirate bandanas. So yeah, even they're kind of going for more of the pirate motif. I also love the background of this here, you know, all the crystals right there. Well, actually, that's what they are, crystals. But they actually come in different colors if you go into the other variants of levels. And I gotta say that, you know, another thing I also would love to talk about is, yeah, the soundtrack. And my God, I mean, well, you probably would expect that, you know, since I actually will have a good gushing over the soundtrack of Donkey Kong Country, because of, you know, just how ambient they are. The soundtrack in this game is a lot more funky, but, oh, so good, though. And, you know, the soundtrack of DKC2 is, without a doubt, my absolute favorite soundtrack in the entire trilogy. And, you know, one thing because how funky they sound, and also because of, you know, how great this musical scores is. And, you know, it's such a great soundtrack. And also, well, actually, it goes to show, like, you know, well, if Gameplay Galleon just has the pirate theme, it also sounds so good, too. And then there's also Hothead Bob is what it is here. So like you know, just definitely has a nice little function here. Oh, look at that, another card collected. I think that's supposed to be for the DK challenge, but anyway, so now we got over 15 of the crime coins. So let's head back over to Clubba's kiosk and yeah, see the doubloons. All right, here you go. Thanks for the booty. You're me best mate. Oh, thank you. Yeah, he's actually pretty nice about it, though. He's a good sport about here, so... Anyway, so welcome to the Lost World. This is basically a, well, some kind of a bonus world there is here, and for some reason, Cranky decided to set up shop, or his own monkey museum, here in the Lost World of all things. Like, what the hell is Cranky doing here? And we have this level here called Jungle Jinx. It's kind of like a shortened for like a jungle hijinks is what it is here, but I also do have a look. I love how vivid this jungle looks here, like, you know, with all the greenery and also, well, seeing the Venus flytraps. So the thing about the Lost World is that like, you know, obviously, you know, you actually just, you know, pay Club of the 15 creme coins to gain access to the Lost World. Now, it's not quite like, you know, just your standard, typical kind of world there. Street has some kind of bonus area for each of the worlds, so... Oh, yeah, I like how Diddy just sent into a higher plane of existence, as you can see here, but what it is here is that, there's actually one level for each of the worlds. So, let's say, for instance, this level here is only access and exclusive to Crocodile Cauldron. And so the same's going to apply for all the other levels too. So even if you actually, even after you beat this one here, you can't really access the other levels here. You have to wait until you get to the next world, and then go to Club's Kiosk, pay the 15 creme coins, and then just go over to the next level for this world here. And I believe there's supposed to be one bonus room for each of the levels in the Lost World. So that's actually the thing about us here, and this is actually, yeah, this is where you can go and collect more DK ammo. So that's what, you know, just, of course, what I'm always aiming to do. So, yeah, yeah, each of the levels, there's only one level per each world for the Lost World. So, yeah, like I said, for instance, yeah, this is just going to be exclusive for Crocodile Cauldron, so, or Crocodile Cauldron, I'm kind of speaking too fast. And so, you just want to make sure to, well, the same's going to apply to the other levels. Yeah, I'm having another brain fart here. Kind of just losing what to talk about here. But yeah, they're only gonna be exclusive to each of the worlds here. So the same's gonna apply to all the other worlds here. And let me tell you, those levels are pretty challenging. I will say that much. So it did take me a while to get through this one here because, you know, there's a bunch of those big tires, which of course, you know, kind of call back to the first country game. But of course, you can actually just bounce off them. But you want to make sure to just time it just right as soon as you get onto those tires. And so now we're done with Jungle Jinx. So now we have to go back over because we can't really access the other ones because, well, it's the only one here. So anyway, so back to Crocodile Cauldron we go, and then next up is the Lava Lagoon, and I'll talk about the gimmick here in just a sec here. But yeah, that's also what I'm gonna do is just, you know, go through all levels of the Lost World, you know, especially just to, you know, well, I think it's definitely one of the key factors to getting the best ending. So but yeah, that's just the whole gist of it here. So. And yes, like I said, it is very challenging. You saw how absolutely challenging it was here, just having to go with the spikes, or the those stone spikes to get onto the tires. You got to time it just right, too. And especially just having to... And there's also a lot of enemies there, too, that you want to be careful for, like lots of them. So, yeah, it does challenge you for your skill as well. I guess it makes sense, too, especially for that jungle level, because, you know... Because, like, you know, they actually make it a lot more dangerous. Because, I mean, it is true in real life, though. Because jungles are very dangerous places. You could very easily die if you venture into one. Yeah, not even kidding here. So, anyway, so back to this water level here. There's actually another great track there is here. It's called Lockjaw Saga. And, you know, it's very tense here. But, you know, it is a great track. I'm not saying that's a flaw, though. I'm just, you know, saying that as how absolutely amazing it is here. So the gimmick for this level is that it's, well, they call it boiling lava is what it is here, but to me it actually kind of looks like some really deep Hawaiian punch, or some red Hawaiian punch or something like that. That's what it looks like to me though, but it's actually supposed to be a boiling water is what it is here. So what you do is that you see those seals, they're called clappers, well, or at least that's what their names are. Well, they just gave them species name as clappers though, but, or you just call it clapper the seal. Seeing them, you just have to bounce on one, and then they'll spit on the boiling water. Ew, gross. But yeah, that's what they do. And once they do that, then they turn to regular water, and so that way it's actually safe enough to jump in. You want to hurry though, because they'll actually go back to the boiling water in some amount of time. What it is here is that, you know, once it actually starts to change to the red color, then, you know, it could be safe enough as it is there, so you might still have a time, but then it'll eventually turn to a deeper red. And that's when you really have to get out of there, so... but yeah, that's actually what the whole thing about is here, so, you know, just jump on them and just say you want to hurry and swim over. I didn't really bother with much of the collectibles because, well, I just didn't want to risk it, so I especially just... okay, yeah, this is actually one of those things where, you know, I was trying to make sure I get up there. I was like, no, just hurry jump over there. What are you doing? But, oh yeah, there's the invincibility one. This one actually just takes a little short time because I want to get to that DK emblem. But yeah, it's actually where you want to make sure to pick up the invincibility barrel, so that way they can actually get through the, to the boiling water. But, yeah, I didn't really bother even getting the Kong letters because, well, I just didn't want to take a risk here, so, so that's why. Alright, so Lava Lagoon is done, and so let's go and get ourselves a little education and some boiling lava around here inside a volcano. Ah, what a great way to actually go to school. What'd you say, in SETI? Some, you know, some geology about, like, volcanoes and all that. Now I'm just gonna save our game here, so I am so surprised. Like, you know, oh, look at all of them. They're plants. Look at all the plants here. I'm not even sure if they're supposed to be artificial or real plants, but I am so surprised they actually managed to last inside a volcano. Like what the hell? So, oh yeah, Red Hot Ride. So this one also gave me quite a bit of trouble here too. So for this one, we have these little mini hot air balloons that we have to go across, and also, if you're actually going after all these bonuses here, well, actually, especially if you're just going through this level in general, you want to make sure to make sure to hold on to the barrels as much as you can, because like there will definitely be a lot of zingers, and the zingers are definitely the most troublesome for me too. So also, yeah, we're gonna want to take Rainby with us just by having to, you know, start your partner up to that crunch up there. Ah, Ramby, always just as dashing as ever. Literally speaking, because you always just a dash over here. So you see these steam vents up on the lava. You want to make sure to get to them, and that way there the hot air balloon will gain enough altitude to be able to go up. But then they actually just kind of descend downwards as you're using them without these steam vents. Also, how the fuck is a rhino able to actually just you know, stand on a mini hot air balloon without that thing popping? Because like, you know, because your typical your average rhino, from what I looked up, you know, they weigh about, like, you know, around like 1,700 pounds. Well, for well, depending on what variant of the rhinos there are. So, like, you know, I think it's just basically like a standard rhinoceros, because, you know, that's probably what Rainby is, just your just a normal rhino. So he'll probably weigh at least about, like, you know, 1,700 pounds. So how is he standing on top of it without that damn thing popping? Like, that doesn't make any sense at all. Yeah, that's you know, more stuff about logic here. I've always pointed out the logic, and so this actually goes to show. Alright, so to get to this one bonus room, you want to make sure to do the charge attack. You know, as soon as you actually get to that one platform where the two crunches. But, you know, just to make sure you do the charge attack, and then to be able to actually open this one here. Because I know, like, a lot of the bonus rooms, like, you know, it's very much like in a DKC1, where, you know, they're very well hidden. And so, well, maybe they actually could probably look obvious enough, but they're also pretty well hidden at the same time. So, it probably would be best to actually just check each of the wall to see if there's any bonus rooms. But some of them could be a little easier to find, especially because, you know, because of the bonus barrels you see here. So they just barrels themselves, and so you see the B symbol. So those you could be able to easily find, but there are some that are definitely very well hidden too. So that's actually the thing about it here. So, I guess that's pretty much what there is to say about it here. So, actually, now that I think about it, I think this actually just applies to basically all the levels around here. So, because I know Gameplay Galleon doesn't really have you know, much gimmicks going for it, though. Could have some of them though, but they actually just go for some standardized levels here, because, you know, it's also just so that way there you can actually get used to the controls, and, you know, just you know, kind of like tutorial segments and whatnot, because, you know, with Gameplay Galleon, then, you know, the levels are structured to where you just have to get used to everything here. And yeah, that DK emblem. So whenever you see that one barrel, you want to make sure to hold on to the barrel. If you want to get the DK emblem, I should stress, but if you want to grab it, you want to make sure to hold on to the barrel, never lose it. So that way you actually just toss over to the zingers, and then next thing you want to do, because of how high up it is, and that's when you want to go and toss your partner upwards to grab that DK emblem, because they actually can still do that as soon as they if you just shoot them upwards. Now, I actually tried to kill both the zingers at once with the TNT barrel, but I only managed to kill one though, because I don't know, maybe it wasn't enough for a tip box or something like that. I don't know. That's probably what it is. Now, towards the end of this level here, this is actually where I was really ready to actually just get this level done here. And main reason for that, though, is the goddamn zingers, because, like, you know, they function the same way as in DKC1, where most of them like them are stationary, and and you can't really kill them without tossing barrels though, because just jumping at them, then that's when you die against them. Or, you know, you actually just lose your partner, and so the one behind you will have to take over. Yeah, see, like, okay, yeah, that was a close one right there, but, you know, I actually managed to lose Diddy, but yeah, it's just the way they're placed, like, on top of the steam vents, so, yeah, that's where I was really wanting to get this level done, because, like, I'm just like, oh, God, I don't want to see any more of those goddamn zingers. I just like the sound they make whenever, each time you kill them, they really, like, ooh. Like, they actually sound so much more disappointed than the, about the fact they're dying. It's like, oh, god damn it. Yeah. But yeah, like I was saying about the soundtrack, you know, I actually love the music that plays for Hothead Bop here. Now, this track here, I did get to talk about the track when we first entered the other one, because, you know, we're actually entering this one again here. Oh, yeah, and more of these new enemies. These are called crooks. They will actually shoot their blades in, well, and they're going on kind of a trajectory kind of sense here. They're kind of like boomerangs, what it is here. So, you want to be careful with them because, yeah, they can be pretty dangerous too. So as soon as they see you, then they'll toss their blades over, and they're kind of trajectory. So, yeah, you really want to be careful with them too. So, yeah, that crack point is always in the that certain chest here. So just toss over that red zinger. Yeah, just like in the first game, red zingers are indestructible. So even if you toss something at them, they can't die at all. So it's only the yellow zingers that they can be able to kill just by tossing barrels though, but not physically on your own though, or just throwing your own body against them. So anyway, so I do want to talk about the track that's playing right now, called Mining Melancholy, and oh man, can I just say I fucking love this track so much. As a matter of fact, I will have to go on to say that this is actually my absolute favorite track in the entire game. I'm not even kidding. I love it this much here. A lot of people say there's actually another track that's actually not in this world, but it's going to be the next one over. That's very popular and considered their favorite ones, and I can actually definitely see as well. And, you know, I also love that track just as much though, which we'll definitely get to as well. But honestly, though, like, in my opinion, I will go on to say that Mining Melancholy is, without doubt, my absolute favorite track of the entire game. You know, for one thing, you know, the clanky sound actually does make some great rhythm as well, but, like, you know, with all the other instruments that they use as well, like, especially either with the clanking of the drums or just, you know, I guess whichever they use, though, but, you know, just a clanking sound. And not to mention the musical scores, like, you know, either with the pianos and also that choir that plays in the like towards the end. Oh man, I especially love that one as well. So I mean, you know, hope you guys are able to listen to it that much though behind my talking though. But you know, but I gotta say that I love this track to death. You know, because you know I'll say this again, it's my absolute favorite and it's so good. I can just listen to it like so many times. It's such a great track. And, you know, really goes to show that, you know, how amazing the soundtrack is in general. DKC2 soundtrack is, you know, if I ever want to jam to something here, and, you know, if I ever want to listen to some Donkey Kong Country music, you know, this one just really takes the cake here. It's so good. All right, so we have Squawks here as your returning animal buddy, and well, he actually does things differently this time around because, you know, well, unlike with DKC1, because in that game, instead of in that game, he holds on the flashlight for us, though, to actually see that one dark cave level. Oh yeah, make sure to collect that DK emblem for one of those bonus barrel, or vice versa, I guess. What Squawks does is that he can actually carry both Diddy and Dixie, or one or the other, depending on who's not with them. And so if you press the Y button, and yeah, you actually see the banana formation, saying it's actually forming the letter Y. It actually goes to show you guys to press the Y button here. I actually really like how the game does that, where, you know, its own collectibles will actually just form the shape of what you have to do, just providing hints. So that's a nice touch. I really like it. But what you do is that, you know, you press the actually no, I think it's actually the B button where you just where you actually just be able to flap the wings here. Kind of like a bit of a slow pace though, because Squawks will actually easily descend outwards though, probably because of the weight or the way of the two Kongs. But if you, I believe if you press the B button, well, I mean, that's probably what it is here. At least the jump button. That's when you actually be able to send upwards here. If you press the Y button, as what it says here, then Squawks will actually Squawks has his own kind of projectiles, where he actually just chokes or coughs out his nuts. No comment on that one here. But But yeah, his nets will actually serve as the projectiles, so just shoot them. That's how you kill the enemies here. Even the zingers too. Not the red zingers, but even the other zingers as well. So at least Squawks his own kind of attack as well. So he's actually he's a lot more useful compared to a DKC1. So that's actually one good thing about it too. So anyway, so now now it's boss time. This here is Cleaver. We're in Cleaver's Kiln, and well, we're fighting a sword is what it is here. You actually look closely, that you see that the hand that's holding onto the hilt of the sword, just from the lava. So I don't know, maybe they're just invulnerable against the lava here. So so the whole object of this here is that Cleaver will go and send out these fireballs, you know, and also try to slash you with a blade. And what it is here is that you'll see these cannonballs that will come down. You want to that's what you want to do is throw the cannonballs against the sword itself, against Cleaver. And so it also has 2 phases as well. So after you hit him enough times with a cannonball, then you'll sink down, and then that's when he gets a little bit more aggressive, and so we'll just start floating around and try to attack you as well. And then more of those hooks will actually come around, so that way you can actually hang on to them. There's also those 2 banana coins that I kept on missing. I mean, I was trying to get them, but I kept them missing as well. And so, yeah, there's a lot more of those hooks. So you want to get to the other side to get that cannonball as well. But that's when Cleaver will go and chase after you, or also chase after you. So you want to hurry and just you want to be careful and just try to slash at you as well. So once you get to the other side, just get the cannonball and then just toss it over at Cleaver itself, and then there we go. And sword has bones somehow. I can understand just the blades breaking apart, but how does it have bones? It's supposed to be like it's supposed to be a sword, an animate object. I mean, just imagine like the Pokemon Hone Edge. Just imagine that one is having some some bones or skeleton structure and all that here. Yeah. But anyway, so now we're done with the Crocodile Cauldron, so we're on to our next world, Kremque, and that one I actually enjoy quite a bit here as well. So next time on Let's Play DKC2, we're going to be going to Kremque. So until then, I'll see you guys later.